year of the 93 flight disaster, there was another disaster not far from there in Quecreek, Pennsylvania, and 9 miners were trapped underground for 3 days, and fortunately, after a lot of prayers and hard work, they rescued all 9 miners. There were 9 miles between the field where Flight 93 went down and where these 9 men were trapped underground, 2 miles underground for 3 days, and brought up alive and reunited with their families.
Well, this has been a very moving experience to be out here and the crash site, the memorial of Flight 93 from September 11, 2001. One of 4 planes that crashed or went into a building or whatever. But just to be here and hear the stories and see this place, it's pretty moving.
It's very moving. It just brings you back to that day where we all remember what we were doing that day and just the overwhelming sorrow of what man can do to man, but also at the same time encouragement of the love, the response of people to the families, and just this memorial. It's so thought out. Everything has a meaning. Every time you ask a question, it's like, oh, this is because, and this symbolizes, and just makes you appreciate the people that put so much thought into this to remember these wonderful people.
It's hard to believe it's been 18 years. I remember the day where I was when I heard the first event, ran home, and shortly thereafter they let all the kids out of school. And it's hard. It'll be embedded in our brains and our hearts forever. And I look forward to going to the 9/11 Memorial in New York, being that I was a firefighter. That moved us a lot to do different things for those people and for our fellow 343 fellow firefighters that died there. And I look forward to going there and experiencing that. I know that's going to be a lot more emotional than this was, but it is what it is. the world changed after that, but we can continue to do good in this world, be the best that we can, and you can't change anybody but yourself. Be the best that you can be always, every single day, and make a plan to love and serve others, and think about others before yourself. Think about others before yourself. These people thought about others before themselves when they stormed that cockpit.
Yep.
Where are we?
We are in Gettysburg. Or1 is not feeling so well.
So I'm not talking much, as you can tell by my voice. So she's going to do all the talking today.
Well, I'll do my best, huh?
So where are we?
We are in Gettysburg National Monument. We're on the tour bus right now. We're going to tour the battlefields, kind of zip through the museum, which could probably take hours if you really took your time with it. A lot of amazing artifacts from the Civil War and information. A little overcast today. Hopefully we'll miss the rain, but we're grateful to be here.
Yes. That's all you get from me. For now.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But, in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.